What's up, guys? Today we're here with episode 21 of our franchise mod with the Armada. Today we're doing free agency and the re-sign phase. So let's get into it. Last episode we had the draft. We made a lot of trades, and you can see some at the bottom there. Got rid of Cam York, got rid of Zegras, got rid of Brock Nelson, Brandon Tanev, and Varlamov. And now we got a lot of cap room to re-sign our guys that we want to sign, and we also want to make a run at some guys in free agency. If you look at it right now, there's like a lot of guys that are pending free agents, but I'm assuming some of these guys will be re-signed, so I don't know how accurate this is. Obviously, McDavid's here. You got guys like Kempe, Cam York, like lots of guys here. Jonathan Toews. So we'll see. There's a lot of options, but first we got to re-sign the guys that we want to come back to this team. We got 31 million cap space, which is huge. Forwards wise, here's what we got to do. We got to project our lineup here. So I don't mind playing Ehlers on the first line again. I feel like with better line mates, he will produce better. Tom Wilson is a second liner in my opinion. So is Will Cooley. So is Patty Kane, second/third liner. We want to play Pinto on the second line this year, second or first, and Will Carlson, same with him, second, third, or first. And we're going to try playing Brad Lambert as well. So center-wise, we're going to have Pinto, Carlson, Lambert as our top three, and then Dvorak as well, probably on the fourth line there for 1.6. I don't mind that. Maybe we sign a center to play on the first line if we can find one in free agency. But the best center I saw, I think, was Jonathan Toews, out of the UFAs anyways. So we'll see there for centers. Winger-wise, got Ehlers, Cooley, Isimont. Still got Turcotte as well, who can also play center. So you got a first line left wing or a right wing. You got a second line left winger in Will Cooley. How did he play last year? Yeah, I think he's poised for another good year. Yeah, so we'll have him on the second line. Isimont, Price, third or fourth. Did he keep his X Factor? No, he lost his X Factor. Probably a fourth liner then. Excuse me. But a good fourth liner, honestly. Throws the body, he's pretty fast. He fits our identity pretty well. And Turcotte, I don't mind playing on that third or fourth line as well next year. Wilson, we're going to want him on the second or third. He's going to be a middle six guy. Same with Keener if we do re-sign him. So we need a first line winger and a first line center, technically, in free agency. But we'll see what we can grab. Here's where it gets tricky, right? Like, who do we want to bring back out of these four here? I think we bring back Fix Wolanski just because it's going to be cheap. Yeah, 1 year, 2-way, might as well. That's a no-brainer, and he comes back. Defensively, Justin Barron, we're going to want to sign. Luke Shen, we just got to make that trade work. He doesn't even want to sign an extension, so he's gone. Goalie-wise, Halak doesn't want to come back. We'll find another backup for Joseph Wall. And we might sign Hillebrandt, honestly. Was that the big goalie? No, he's 6'1". Still, 68 overall, he could play in the minors. We'll see. Don't want to rush that either. So defensively, it looks like it's just Justin Barron that we have to sign. Yeah. But right wingers, we're going to have to make some decisions. All expiring. So these are the guys that we got to make decisions on here. So, without these guys, this is how I would line our team up. I would go with Ehlers, Pinto, and probably a Wilson. Which we don't want Wilson on the first line, but hey. And then it'd be Cooley, Carlson, and Icy-Mont, I guess. So we need someone else. We need another winger. Yeah, we're gonna need some wingers. Bjorkstrand wants to come back for a pretty cheap contract, right? 2 years at 3 mil. He's a good two-way forward. I didn't want to sign him for like 5, 6 mil, but 2 years at 3 mil I think is very reasonable for Bjorkstrand. And he's got some good defensive stats, so I think it's worthwhile to keep him. We're gonna give him this deal, boys. What if we give him like a modified no trade clause? We could probably bring that down a bit, even more. If we give him like 4 teams no trade, like it helps us bring it down to like 2.8 or like a 9-team no trade. No, I don't want to mess with that too much. Yeah, I don't know. He's not a he's not a guy who deserves a no trade clause, honestly, boys. I think we're just gonna give him 2.9 for 2.850. We're gonna try that. Actually, let's try 2.8. See if that works. All right. We'll try 2 years, 2.8 for Bjorkstrand. All right. Nyquist, we also wanted to bring back just because he's been scoring clutch goals for us. He also wants a cheap deal. At 35 years old. Yeah, 2 years is the most we'd give him. I agree with that. And we'll give him 2 years at 1.8. See if that works. So a couple small deals there. Hopefully they get accepted. But we'll see. Who's next here? So all skaters all expired. Yeah, so now Justin Barron we also want to bring back. G. Smith we're going to release. He was just part of a deal. Justin Barron, we absolutely want to bring him back. He had a good season. And we're going to give him 3 years, 2 mil. We're going to give you 2 mil on the dot. Let's see if he accepts that. And Patty Kane. I think for what he's asking, boys, like, oh, wait. 5.8. What if we give him like this and we give him a modified no trade clause and we give him like 50% trade protection and we give him like 5 mil? Would you guys bring him back at that? He was our top scorer last year. Like, kind of would suck to get rid of him. We'd lose a lot of offense there. But we could get it back in free agency, so who knows? Maybe we just let him walk to free agency since he doesn't want to come back. And if we do need him, then we sign him in free agency. I think that's the move, boys. But let's see if these other guys accept their deals here. We're going to advance the day. So Nyquist back for 2 years at 1.8. Barron back for 3 years at 2 mil. And Bjorkstrand back for 2 years at 2.8. I like those deals, boys. I like those deals a lot. And I think we're going to let Kane walk in free agency and see. Maybe we'll re-sign him, but maybe not. Because right now we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11 players that we want to play. So Kane would be at 12. 12. Fixwanski, I think, is going to play in the minors again, unless he jumps. Turcotte actually jumped quite a bit. He jumped 2 overalls in the last day, which is pretty cool. I like to see that. But yeah. I don't know, boys. I don't know about Patty Kane. Let's see if some of these guys are no longer pending free agency. See, McDavid has been re-signed. So there goes to McDavid's sweepstakes. It looks like he stayed in Edmonton. Let's go check it out. I also forgot to check out Edmonton's roster in the last episode. I just realized. Where is McDavid? What? Is he not re-signed? Like, what is this here? Did he sign with another team? Like, what? What's going on here? Honestly. Did he disappear or what's going on? I guess we'll see once we hit free agency, but he's no longer on that pending free agent screen, so I don't know. Don't know what happened there. Yeah, so maybe we do keep Kane, boys, because there's not a lot of options anymore. We wanted to take a run at Adrian Kempe. Doesn't seem like that's going to work. Maybe Taze or Malkin could be a future Armada player, boys. We do need a first line center. I think we do re-sign Patrick Kane, boys, even though he's asking for a bit of money. I think we need the offense. And there's doesn't seem to be that many options in the upcoming free agency class. So yeah, I think we're gonna offer Patty Kane a deal at the end of the day here. We get first dibs on him, so we might as well make it count. He's an offensive weapon. He can play the power play. He can play the second, first, third line. You can put him anywhere. I think it's worth it, boys. And we're gonna give him 5.25 or 5.2 for 1 year. 50% trade protection. I'm just gonna give him 5.25 to sweeten the pot a bit and see if he accepts that. Because he doesn't want the extension, it's harder to cut the salary. Alright, so I love Pinto's deal, man. I was just looking at that. 1, 2, 3, 4 years at 2.625. That is a steal. Let's see if Patty Kane wants to stay with the Armada here. I accept your offer. Alright, so we kept him. Now we got 12 forwards, right? We got 4 centers. 1, 2, 3, 4. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 wingers. It's a full lineup. So you play Isimont and like Yorkshire and Nyquist on the 4th line. You play Turk Hot with Yorkshire and Nyquist on that 3rd line. 2nd line's Cooley and Wilson or Kane as of right now, right? But we'll see what we can do in free agency. The 1st line would be Ehlers and Wilson, right? So we'll see. Hopefully we can get some top end guys in free agency. That's what we're trying to accomplish. But it doesn't seem like there's many good options. So we're going to sim to free agency here. But my hopes have definitely dropped after seeing the pending free agents now. There's a lot of missing names from what we originally saw in the last video. But here we are in free agency. So we're going to see once and for all who's available. And McDavid's actually available, boys. And so is Kempe. So I don't know what that screen was saying, but there's a lot of guys here. All right. So should we go after McDavid, boys? We got the cap room. He's the best player in the world. We're looking for a first line center. Like, I know it sounds unrealistic, but the Oilers are out of contention. Like, he left. He left them. He's gonna weigh out all his options. Now, would he want to come to Halifax? We made the playoffs in our first year. We got a stacked decor. He's friends with Ekblad. Uh, like, we got a pretty deep roster. We're obviously a competent GM, and he sees that. Would he come to Halifax? And would Kempe come as well? Goalie wise, as a backup goalie, maybe Cam Talbot. All right. Let me just look at our roster one last time, and then I think we're going to take a run at McDavid, boys. Absolutely. Defensively. Got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, right? And we're going to need a depth defenseman. We're going to need a backup goalie and a third goalie. We're going to need 1, 2, 3. We need some first line forwards. Like, if we can get McDavid and Kempe, like, that's an insane free agency. We're just going to sort by UFAs first of all here. We don't need Rasmus Anderson, Kempe maybe. Tuck is a little too expensive, in my opinion. Even though he would fit great on this team. I don't want to pay him 11 mil. Patrick Laine, I mean, we got Patty Kane already, who fills the same role, although he's not a sniper, but I want Kempe over Patty Laine for sure. Let's see. First of all, I just thought of Trevor Zegras. We don't see him in here, so Washington must have signed him, and I'm actually curious to see how much they signed him for. Zegras, where is he? RFA. Oh, they didn't sign him. I guess I missed him in there. That's my bad. Right. Let's make a run at McDavid, man. Like, that's a no-brainer. We gotta try. We're gonna try and charm him. Yep. Your confidence in me means a lot. Are you kidding? Of course we got confidence in you, man. You're the best player in the world. Alright, let's discuss the organization with him. Your organization has piqued my interest, so he's interested, boys. I'm open to hearing more about what you have to offer. Our smaller market size has unique advantages. Yeah, let's talk about that. My sights on playing in a large market, really. We're going to try and persuade him then. Absolutely. And it works. I'm not going to lie. Your perspective has been enlightening, and it's made me rethink my preference to this. I'm open to it. Awesome. All right, well, let's talk contract here. I'm really impressed with the organization. Hell yeah. Let's sort out a 7-year contract and make this official. Man, he wants to come here, boys. Let's do this. 7 years. Yep. I'll give you 7 years, man. Improve offer? Absolutely. We're going to promise you the world. First of all, you're going to be playing first line, like guaranteed. Improve offer. Power play 1 guaranteed. You're going to get a no move clause and all that good stuff. All right? Improve offer clauses. No move clause. Full. And we're even going to give you a pay raise here. 5 for 3. 250K. Alright, so 14 and a half for Connor McDavid. The best player in the world. If you say that's an overpay, I don't know what to tell you, man. He's the best player in the world. And it's worth it, alright? So let's see if he accepts our deal. Connor McDavid is a part of the Halifax Armada, boys. Talk about a franchise-altering move. McDavid leaves Edmonton, leaves the franchise that drafted him. He wants a Stanley Cup, boys, and he thinks that Halifax can get him that Stanley Cup. He can get him past the Florida Panthers, or in this universe, the Vancouver Canucks. Man, he's sick of losing in Edmonton. He believes in our franchise, and he's the newest member of the Armada. Okay. So, thing is, I think that makes William Karlsson very expendable now. Because if you look at our center depth, now we got McDavid, and then Pinto, and then Lambert, and then Dvorak, right? We want to sign Kempe to play on that first line. So our first line would be Ehlers, McDavid, Kempe, which is absolutely insane if we can get Kempe here. And I do want to do that. Absolutely. Yeah, and that would be our free agency. Actually, we need a depth defenseman and a second and third goalie, and that would be our free agency. First, we got to trade William Karlsson. I'm sorry, William Karlsson, you've been a great player for us. It's just we signed the best player in the world. Like, literally. And that's made you expendable. I hope you understand. We've got 1 year left on your deal. We're going to send you somewhere nice here. Right? So Boston, maybe. Colorado. I want to send them to the West, yeah. But Boston's offering me 2 seconds, and Colorado's offering me a second and a fourth, second and third, second and fifth, second and third, second and third. Well, William Karlsson is going into our division, I believe, because that's best value deal. Yeah, 2 seconds beats every other deal. So William Karlsson, thank you very much for your contributions here in year one. You were a part of Vegas's year one dominance, part of Halifax's. Who knows? Maybe if the NHL expands again, you'll be another key piece to that team. But for now, best of luck in Boston. And thank you very much for your time here with Halifax. All right, so that clears up $5 million to go after Kempe and others. So first, we're going to negotiate with Kempe here. We're going to try and bring him in. We're going to try and charm him. Yeah, that worked. We're going to try and sell the organization to him here. Your organization is one of my top considerations, but I'm all ears if you have more to share. Let's talk about how we're contenders with a clear sight on victory. Being on a contending team is significant to me. It's a big part of my choice. Exactly, man. Exactly. So, you put things into perspective for me. I can definitely see the value of that on my career. All right. And do you want to play in the small market? Let's see if we can convince him. All right, that actually dropped it down. But hopefully we can still make a contract work here. He's 28, so 5 years. I like that. We're going to improve the offer. Yeah, we're going to improve the offer and take down the salary a bit, right? So clauses. I'm okay with giving him 50% protection like we gave to Patrick Kane. But that's about it. Up full. It's going to be 17 teams, no trade list. And we're going to promise him first line minutes, boys. Or top 6 forward. We're going to promise him power play 1. Let's see what that does. Yeah, because we want him on power play 1. He's going to be our best sniper immediately. Yep. This overall discussion is acceptable. Honestly, he doesn't seem that thrilled as McDavid, so we're not going to negotiate. We're just going to give him that deal. And hopefully it's enough to bring him in. He said our organization was at the top of his list. Hopefully he meant that. Let's see here. All right, so he didn't accept as quick as McDavid. but that's okay. We'll give him his time to make his decision. As a depth defenseman, what are we looking at here? I want someone cheap. I think we're going to wait for now. And we're going to try getting our backup goalie here before anything else. So Cam Talbot's available. That'd be a good 1A, 1B again. Kind of had a rough season last year, so I don't know actually. Samsonov, what about him? Rough season as well as a backup. Comrie, he played in the A. Wedgwood, kind of a solid backup last year for Colorado. Decent poise. I think it's going to be Mr. Scott Wedgwood. Unless Vitek Vanacek, maybe? 8.92 last year in Utah. Justus Annunen. We picked him in the expansion draft. He had a 906 with Nashville. Or did we pick him? I can't remember anymore. No, we didn't pick him. Did we? I honestly can't remember, but I think he's our best bet as a backup goalie. Unless he's our FA. Is he? He's a UFA, boys. He's got low elite, 25 years old, and he's got the best stats out of anyone we saw so far. So there's Georgia, though. 902, 903. Playing on Toronto, who won the Cup. Nashville is a worse team, and he's got a 906. I think we're going to go with Annunen here as our backup. Cheap contract, low risk, high reward because he's got that low elite. And yeah, I don't mind that. And I think Georgiev is going to be our third goalie. After looking at everyone's stats, I don't want to bring Halak back, so we're going to bring Georgiev to play in the AHL and be that third guy in case we need it. Now, defensively, got around 2.5 mil left, but we don't want to spend all of that. We don't want to spend to the cap because of a depth defenseman. We want to keep a bit of room to make some moves at the deadline, right? So maybe Ben Sherratt and good brands. Logan Stanley, Andrew Peak. We want someone who can play defense and hit coming into our lineup when we need it. So we're going to sort by defense, and then we're going to look at the contract here. Who's asking for cheap here? 1.8. Robert Bertuzzo. Strictly a defensive defenseman. 1.4. I mean, Jacob Bryson. 5'9". No, I don't know. I don't know about that. Belinskis. 2-way defender, 85 defensive awareness. Not the best stick checking, though. I don't know about him either. I think it might have to be Bortuzzo, honestly. Robert Bortuzzo. Yep. Try and bring him in here. Maybe shave it down to like 7.5. 7.75 for 2 years. Yeah, we could trade him anytime. So, yeah, Bortuzzo as a depth guy, and then hopefully we could sign Kempe here. Let's see what happens. Or do we get this guy? 2/3 for a third and a depth defenseman. Bortuzzo's better. And we don't have to pay a third for him. Adrian Kempe, welcome to the team. So our first line is now stacked, boys. We went from not having a good first line last year and thinking that that was going to happen again. We went from being like one of the worst offensive teams and a really good defensive team to improving our offense so much so in the span of 2 to 3 days that now we're looking at like a serious cup contender, boys. We really are. And our cup window has just opened. We made the playoffs our first year with a subpar lineup. Like, imagine the damage we can do now. This is unbelievable, boys. The offseason we just had. Got our first line's looking like McDavid, Ehlers, Kempe. Second line's looking like Patty Kane with Cooley and Pinto. And third line, Wilson, Bjorkstrand, and Brand Lambert. And then like Nyquist, Isamont, and Turcotte. Dvorak's our scratch. Fix Wolanski can come up whenever. We might need another forward just in case we get many injuries. And maybe another D2, honestly. But yeah. And then Slavin Ekblad again. Harley Pesci, Baron Rammel, and Bortuzzo as the scratch. And Wool, Anunin, and Georgiev as our goaltending trio. This is unbelievable, boys. What a squad. I'm very excited for the season now, and like we should be seriously pushing for the cup here. But to do so, let's solidify our depth with another depth forward for cheap here. Maybe like Charlie Coyle. Or someone like Mike Hoffman. No. Connor Brown, maybe? I wouldn't mind Connor Brown for a year. I like that player. Connor Brown for 1 year at 1.625. I like that. And then maybe another defenseman that's really cheap. Like, maybe we do get Jacob Bryson, yeah. Or Miromanov. I kind of like Miromanov's stats there. I don't love his what he's asking for. Dylan Coughlin. In case of an emergency, throw Dylan Coughlin in there. I wouldn't mind that. Pretty good player. Pretty cheap. Why not? We'll play him in the minors until we have to bring him up. And yeah, that's our team, boys. So we're going to name a captain in the next video. Let me know who you would name as captain. And yeah, we'll be back in the next video. We're going to start the season. Crazy video. When I started filming this video, if you told me we were getting McDavid and Kempe, I would have been like, yeah, you're out of your mind. But here we are. We literally have Connor McDavid on the Halifax Armada. I did not expect that whatsoever. But hey, here we are. Making the playoffs in our first year with Halifax. And just the whole vibe around the team. The defensive core that we have. The identity that we play with. We're a big, tough team that defends insanely well. The only thing that we were missing was offense. So everyone, I guess, wanted to come play here. Like, this is a good place to play. And yeah, it attracted the best player in the world who's trying to chase for a Stanley Cup. Like, he's legacy chasing, literally. And he chose to come here. And then Kempe followed. And now we got a serious squad here, boys. So I'm really excited for the next video. Yeah, we'll see you guys pretty soon. I'm going to be filming that probably tomorrow. And we're going to have a great year 2 here, I believe. I mean, if it doesn't go well, I'll be surprised, right? So, thanks for watching, and we'll see you guys real soon. Let me know what you guys think in the comments.